So if you're anything like me with an online business, you're probably paying for like 5 different apps and 10 different softwares every single month, right? Email tool, calendar tool, CRM, website builder, automation tool, funnel builder, etc., etc. It's costing you hundreds of dollars and nothing talks to each other. So you're copying and pasting stuff between apps like it's 2005. Maybe if you're a bit more advanced, you're setting up zaps that sometimes work, sometimes don't, and break all the time. And you're thinking to yourself, there's got to be a better way to do this. And honestly, there is, but it's not perfect. Today, I'm breaking down GoHighLevel, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Because I'm not here to sell you on anything. I'm here to tell you the truth about what actually works. Now, if you do decide to use GoHighLevel, you can use my link. It'll be down in the description and the pinned comment below. And that is an affiliate link. I am affiliated with GoHighLevel. But with that being said, if you decide to use them, you can easily just type it into Google or go to the million other ways that you can find it. I'm just giving my honest feedback after using the software for over a year now. So let's talk about it. Number one, the website builder. So this is basically your own website maker inside of GoHighLevel. You can build a home page, an about page, and services page. And you can add a contact page or even a blog. And it's all built right inside of the platform. Now, here's the cool part that makes this different. Your website connects to everything else in GoHighLevel automatically. So your website talks to your CRM, your calendar, and your automations. And by the way, guys, in my heyday using Zapier, I got to over $1,000 a month in zaps, right? Because I was trying to collect all this data and I was zapping everything automatically between this and that. And then sometimes the zaps would break, so I'd have to have like a full-time IT person. I even at one point had 2 full-time IT people. And I was paying over $1,000 a month for Zapier. Absolutely nuts. But with GoHighLevel, it's all in one place, right? The analytics, the data, the email, like the website, it's all in one place. And you don't have to pay for any external stuff. And the builder is drag and drop, which means it's beginner friendly. You literally click and drag things where you want them. And they have templates already made for many different types of businesses, for instance, service businesses. And all of the templates work on mobile phones automatically. No extra setup needed for that. And another big win here is that you eliminate other tools. You don't need Wix or WordPress if you're just starting. And you don't need to pay for Webflow or hire a designer. Everything connects to your pipeline and tracking and CRM automatically. And that is huge for keeping things simple. So let's talk about the downsides because there are some. It's not as customizable as something like Webflow or WordPress. If you want a super branded custom design, it does feel limited. And the SEO tools do exist inside of it, but they're not as strong as the ones in WordPress. And honestly, the templates can feel a little bit generic sometimes. And if you want something that screams your unique brand personality, you might feel a little bit boxed in with the options. But for most beginners, this is more than enough. And to be honest with you, for most businesses, your website doesn't need advanced SEO options unless that is your primary traffic source. Your website just needs to be a place that people can find you and a place where you can host your pages, specifically landing pages, so that people can actually buy stuff from you. All right, number 2 is the CRM. So CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management. And I know that sounds super corporate and boring, but think of it like a giant digital notebook. It remembers every single person who messages you or signs up, and it tracks everyone who books a call or buys from you. And it keeps all your contacts organized in one place so that you never forget who someone is or where they came from. Now, the pros of the CRM are pretty solid. Everything lives in one place. Contacts, conversations, and tags. And you get a visual pipeline, which is great for sales teams. And it's perfect if you're an agency managing multiple clients at once. You can see exactly where everyone is in your sales process, and you're not just jumping between 5 different tools to find information. But here's the thing, it feels overwhelming when you first start. There are a lot of buttons and options and settings everywhere, and it takes time to learn where everything is and how it works. And you'll need to set up custom fields to make it look organized. And you'll probably need to clean it up as you go. The reporting is also pretty basic compared to something like HubSpot. And if you need advanced analytics, this might not cut it for you. But for most small businesses, it does the job just fine. Number 3 is email and SMS marketing. And this is where GoHighLevel really shines. In fact, you might argue that GoHighLevel is the best in class when it comes to email and SMS marketing. And you can send messages to a ton of people, emails, texts, etc., all at the same time and all coordinated. And then you can schedule them so that they go out automatically, even while you're sleeping or on vacation. And the SMS integration is also really powerful and built right in. And automation is baked into the campaigns, which saves you time. And you can use this for follow-up reminders or nurture sequences, and it replaces tools like MailChimp or ActiveCampaign for most people. Now, here's where it gets tricky. Email deliverability can be rough if you don't set it up right, but that's the same for just about any email tool out there. And you do need to warm up your domain and do some technical stuff. If you don't do that, your emails might land in spam. And the email builder also might not be as customizable or pretty as Klaviyo or Flowdesk, but it works. Now, is this perfect for every business? No. If you have a serious e-commerce business, you're probably going to be using Klaviyo for that. Klaviyo is the best-in-class tool for e-commerce, and it's really not even close. However, for most types of businesses out there, GoHighLevel is more than adequate. And again, everything is connected. But one thing to keep in mind is SMS do cost extra money per message you send, but it's gonna be like that for any SMS tool you use. Now, another thing I'm gonna say about GoHighLevel, which is sort of an extra thing, but I'm gonna include it in this section, is they have some of the best AI tools out there. So for instance, some of the automations that I'm seeing them set up where they can automatically message people who email you or message you on your website or even text you is absolutely insane. And you've pretty much never been able to do something like this before just because of the fact that there'd have to be too many things zapped or integrated together. But with GoHighLevel, it's all in one place. And look, I know I'm throwing a lot of information at you, and honestly, the best way to understand this stuff is to just try it. GoHighLevel has a 30-day free trial right now. Link in the description and the pinned comment below so you can actually get in there and click around yourself. Test the email builder, set up a simple automation, and see how it feels. And if you ever have any issues with anything, GoHighLevel has 24/7 customer support where you literally just log into a Zoom call and they can look at your screen and tell you exactly what's going on. None of this calling in and trying to describe what's on your screen stuff that you had to do before GoHighLevel. So yeah, the customer support's amazing. I've used it myself and absolutely loved it. So definitely check it out. Links in the description and the pinned comment below. Number 4 is automation workflows. And this is honestly one of the most powerful parts of GoHighLevel. Think of it like hiring a robot assistant that never sleeps. You tell it when someone signs up and send them an email automatically. Then you tag them, then you remind them again tomorrow. And the robot just does it all for you 24/7. You set it up once, and it runs forever. And the conditional logic is very powerful, which means it's flexible. You can literally automate your entire business on autopilot. And it replaces like 3 to 6 other workflow tools that you'd normally pay for. Things like Zapier or Make or ActiveCampaign automations. All that is built into GoHighLevel automatically. But here's the catch, and it is a big one. It's easy to break something if you're brand new to this, right? Complex workflows take experience to build and manage correctly. And so it's not as easy as 1, 2, 3, ABC. But like I said, it's still a heck of a lot more simple than, duct taping things together with Zapier and praying that it works. All right, number 5 is calendar and booking system. This is basically an online calendar and appointment booking software for you. So it basically replaces something like Calendly. And people can pick a time to meet you without any back and forth. They click your link, they choose a time spot, and boom, it's booked. No more texting back and forth trying to find a time that works. And this is great for coaches, sales teams, and local service businesses. Syncs in Google Calendar so you don't have to double book yourself, and it connects to your workflows so reminders go out automatically. Confirmations and follow-ups all happen without you lifting a finger. And that alone saves you hours every single week. However, the setup can be somewhat confusing, and the interface also looks a little outdated compared to newer tools. It works fine, but it doesn't feel modern or sleek. And there are occasional time zone issues that pop up sometimes, and you have to double check your settings or things that get weird, but once it's set up right, it runs smoothly. Number 6, memberships, courses, and client portals. So this feature lets you create your own online classroom, basically. So it lets you upload videos, create a classroom, and it replaces a lot of the other tools that you'd have to use out there that often cost hundreds of dollars a month. And everything is organized in one place like a mini course platform. And you can use this for coaching programs or training materials, and it's also great for agencies that want to deliver client resources. Now the pros here are pretty solid for what you get. You can have unlimited students, which is awesome. It's easy to bundle this with your funnels and upsells, so you can sell a course and deliver it all in one platform. And this is perfect for coaches, agencies, and info product creators. You're not paying for Kajabi or Teachable on top of everything else, and it's also not as polished as those dedicated course platforms. And the analytics are pretty basic. You don't get deep insights, and the visual builder is still pretty simple and limited. And if you want something really slick, maybe it's not the best for you, but it gets the job done. Now, number 7 is SaaS mode and white label reselling. Now, you might have noticed if you've looked into GoHighLevel that there's there's a lot of people who basically resell GoHighLevel. So they kind of like slap their brand on it and they resell it in different capacities. And there is a reason for this because it's such a good tool. So you can basically create your own software business by using this. And people will do this for very specific industries. For instance, a software business that's catered specifically towards landscapers. And then you can basically charge them monthly to use your version of it. So it's kind of like starting your own software company without having to build anything. And you basically just get to customize all the funnels and the templates specifically for whatever your niche is, like landscapers. And the pros here are massive if you're building an agency. You can create recurring revenue from your own branded software, and full white label branding makes it look like your own product completely. Now, this is only available in the higher tier plan, so it does cost extra money, but yeah, it's still really good and it's a great opportunity. Anyways, they have a 30-day free trial. Check that out by clicking the link in the description in the pinned comment below. It's my special link for that. Or if you don't want the 30-day free trial, you can just check out GoHighLevel on Google. But yeah, it's not perfect for everyone. For instance, if you're a big e-commerce business, GoHighLevel is not going to be the right fit for you. But for a lot of businesses out there, GoHighLevel is an absolute no-brainer. It's the best tool on the market by far. And it's going to save you an absurd amount of money. Literally, if you're in a situation like I was in, it's going to save you thousands of dollars a month. So yeah, definitely check it out. Click that link in the description in the pinned comment below. And also check this other video right here where I talk about it in more detail.